let's talk about the Earth. The Earth is made up of layers. You have the inner core, which is located at the center, the outer core, which wraps around the inner core, the mantle, which wraps around the outer core, and then finally the crust, which is what we happen to be standing upon. So let's start by talking about the inner core. Located at the center of the Earth, the inner core is made of mostly iron and nickel and is completely solid. The pressure felt at the inner core is immense. The pressure is over 3 million times greater than the pressure we feel here at the surface of the Earth. As far as temperature is concerned, it is incredibly hot. The temperature in the inner core is 9,800 degrees Fahrenheit or 5,400 degrees Celsius. And the inner core is located 3,220 to 4,000 miles beneath the Earth's surface. So traveling from the inner core outwards to the crust, we have the outer core now. The outer core is made up of mainly liquid iron and nickel because the temperature is hot enough to liquefy them. This liquid nickel and iron moves about in large turbulent currents. Think of them like the currents found in the ocean, constantly moving and swirling. Finally, to find the outer core, you're going to need to travel between 1,790 miles to 3,220 miles beneath the surface of the Earth. The next layer of the Earth, moving outwards, is the mantle. It is found 18.6 miles beneath the surface of the Earth. The mantle is the thickest layer of the Earth. It is close to 1,865 miles thick. This layer is made of mostly iron, magnesium, and silicon. It is a dense, hot, and semi-solid layer. By semi-solid, you can kind of think of it like caramel candy. And like the outer core, it also moves in currents, though the currents in the mantle move much slower than they do in the outer core. The last layer of the Earth is the crust. The crust of the Earth is similar to the shell of a hard-boiled egg. It is very thin, cold, and brittle. The crust is made of relatively light elements like silica, aluminum, and oxygen. The crust of the Earth is where everything that we are familiar with is located, such as our mountains, cities, and even our oceans. To help visualize the Earth's layers, you can use a physical representation of the Earth. One way to make a physical representation of the Earth is to make a hard-boiled egg and then cut it in half. If you don't have a hard-boiled egg, you can also do this using clay. It works best if you have clay of different colors. You start off by rolling a small ball in one color and then wrapping the other colors of clay around it. Now, if you want to do this properly, you will need 4 different colors of clay. I only had 3 for my example, which is what I used here. Once you're done wrapping all the layers around it, you're going to cut it in half. Be careful when you cut it in half. You don't want the layers to squish together so they're unrecognizable. And there you have it.